What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are at the house. I have my buddy Jaren's second Gen Tacoma here today. We're going to basically show you step by step on how to install the OutGear Solutions high clearance rear bumper. Doing this entire project, we will be using only Hart Tools. We got an angle grinder from Hart, impacts, a whole 215 piece mechanics set, basically everything that we're going to need to get this job done. So we'll get started, kind of show you where to start and how to do this project. Here we go. So step one is going to be removing these 17mm bolts on both sides. So step one is basically going to be to take off the OEM rear bumper. Make sure you unplug all of the trailer connections, the lights in the rear bumper, disconnect everything, make sure it's all separated from the rear bumper, so when you pull it off, you're not breaking any wires or damaging anything. But we already did that, so we're going to go to these 17s and get them off.
So I guess I'll sell that for what, $4.50 on Marketplace?
Yeah, $4.50. So now the bumper's off, everything is disconnected. We're making our marks for these corner brackets that'll go right underneath the taillights here. So we were able to put a Sharpie in the bottom hole on the corner bracket. From there, it's really hard to get a Sharpie up into the top hole, which is here. So all you have to do is make the bottom hole, measure 2.5 inches up and a 1/2 inch in, and then make your second mark. That's where we're gonna be drilling. Ideally, you want masking tape, but Dots didn't bring masking tape.
He did not.
And I just moved into a house, so I don't know where mine is. So he has duct tape. So we're gonna mark, drill, and then keep going. All right, here goes Jaren drilling into his truck. Hart Tools. Well, there's one. How do you feel?
Not good. It's moving up just a tad. This is not the right tool.
All right, so perfect fit for that is a 1/4 inch. So we ran the bolts through the back side. Jaren's gonna line up, see if we marked it correctly. It looks pretty good. Oh yeah, that's flush. So when putting the cap on, make sure before you start putting bolts through, you wrap around this little edge here first, and then we're gonna run the bolts through. The way that we're getting the bolts started, since there's not much room behind this cap here, is we're using this little Hart ratcheting, electric ratchet essentially, so we can actually get in there. Once it's tight here, you can use it like a regular ratchet. But the trick for this is to use, what is it, a 10 mil?
Yeah, 10 mil, and just put some tape over it.
Yeah, so put some tape on it like that, put the nut on there, and then basically we'll run the bolt through the back side like that. Jaren will hold that up to it, and I will slowly get it started with this guy. We're using the Hart electric ratcheting wrench with a 6-inch extension and a 10 mil on the back or on the end, so we can get to this back bolt. And basically Jaren's holding that nut with a piece of tape on the open box wrench, and then I basically get it started for him from the back side. Both are started, so now we're gonna tighten both up. Start with the top. So both bumper caps are now on, and now Jaren's favorite part, he couldn't wait to get a hold of the angle grinder and cut his bed sides up. We've got it all taped up, measured up. We used a little laser level to get it kind of where we want it. Now he's gonna use the Hart angle grinder and basically ride his taped line all the way across to his fender flare until it's all out of the way. Let's see how it goes. So you guys can probably see this side is nice and cut. It looks really good, really clean. The Hart angle grinder did a great job with it. Now we're gonna tackle the other side, try and fit the bumper, see what it looks like. If we have to cut a little bit higher, we will. We wanted to make sure that we didn't cut too much to start, It's better to cut not enough than too much. So we cut hopefully the right amount, but if it's not enough, we'll cut a little bit more. But we're gonna tackle the other side, cut it up, take the flares off, or cut the flare, and then go from there. So the first test fit was a little bit off. We cleared a little more space on the inside. So we'll see if we can get this test fit to go, because you have to hook onto one of the bolts that's still in there. If we can hook onto that bolt, if this fit isn't too tight on the fender to the bumper, then we'll be okay. I almost think we're gonna have to cut just a little bit more, probably like a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch up. But again, better to cut not enough and then fix it than cut too much and not be able to fix it. So let's see what fits. All right, well, bedside's got to be cut up just a little bit more, and then I think we'll be good to go. Again, better to cut not enough than too much. So now we know how much we have to cut. It'll fit real nice. Made some more cuts, so we're up pretty much almost level with the bumper cap. So now we're gonna see if it fits, and if it does, then it's just run the bolts through, hook up the license plate lights and all that fun stuff. And I mean, after the cuts, it's pretty straightforward. So let's see if it fits. So now that we know that the bumper fits how we want it to fit, we're gonna take off the factory little bedside supports. We're not gonna need those anymore. And then we're gonna hit the cuts with a nice grinder to make them nice and smooth so they're not so sharp. Once that's done, put the bumper back on now that we know it fits, and bolt everything down. So one thing I do recommend for installing a front and rear bumper is getting this little trim. So this will go over the part that we cut, and obviously you make it not sharp, but it will also help it not rust. So we're gonna put this on and then throw the bumper back on. All the bumper to frame bolts are now torqued down to 90. We've got a nice probably 1/8 of an inch gap from the bumper to the bedside, so gives it a little bit of room to kind of flex if Jaren's gonna drop his truck on any rocks. That looks really good.
Yeah, pretty happy with it.
We just gotta cut this guy.
Yep.
Everything is torqued down. Bumper is torqued to 90 foot-pounds on each one of those 17 millimeter bolts. License plate is going on now, and it comes with little lights, LED lights. You put the LED lights through the plate, nut on the back, then you'll cut the connector, the OEM connector, and basically you splice and wire into that for your license plate lights that come with the kit. Overall, it looks really good. I think Jaren's pretty happy with it. Cuts look good. Fitment looks really good. Just needs a hitch receiver now to do recoveries with it. But yeah, pretty straightforward install, I would say.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Well, until next time, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later. Peace.